when we read stories, we can divide them into two categories. One of them is called fiction, and the other is called non-fiction. Okay? Let's talk about what does it mean by this word fiction. Okay? Fictional stories means stories that are not true. They are made up. And we know, we can identify that story is not true, it's made up, because sometimes the events in the story we know from experience are impossible, right? For example, animals talking, impossible. People freezing for 100 years, impossible. Okay? Tiger helping a mouse, impossible. Okay? So we know from our personal experience that these events that the book is describing, impossible. Okay? Let's look at some examples. Folk tales, okay? Fairy tales about fairies and about witches, okay? Science fiction, so we know already from the label, fiction, okay? Children's stories, okay? Sometimes some mysteries are made up, some romance stories are made up, okay? So remember, a fiction story is a made-up story, okay? Now, let's talk about non-fiction or true story. That means all the events, everything that's written in the book is true. Okay? So let's look at some examples. Biography, okay? Autobiography, life story. What happened in my life? True. Okay? Nothing's made up. Memoir. Books about history. Okay? Travel books. People tend to use maps, right? Maps to see how they're gonna travel, or sometimes information about that particular country or town. Okay, true information. It's not a lie. Okay? Manuals or guides. That means when you buy something like, let's say you buy a vacuum cleaner, it comes with a book. It shows you how to use it. Okay, that's what it means by a manual or a guide, a book that helps us use something that we bought appropriately, or assemble it appropriately. Okay, like a bookshelf, maybe how to put it together. We buy it, it comes to us in parts. Okay, or a science book. People experiment or notice, record it, and then publish that information. It's true, it's factual. Okay, so non-fiction means a true story. Remember, fiction means a made-up story, and a non-fiction means a true story.